lot of blue light there.
You ready?
Get on for you.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right.
Camaraderie. I like it.
First of all, Mike, let's talk about the excitement of today, kind of getting things going, getting back in the swing of playing football.
I think kind of first and foremost, it's a lot of fun the last few weeks just hearing fans talk about it, because everyone's like, are you ready for camp? Because we've been waiting for the season to start for so long. And it's really fun to hear fans kind of give their point of view on see how excited they are for not only training camp but get the season started, but as well as us coming in the locker room. It's great for me because I've gotten to know these coaches really well, and I know the locker room really well, and it's good being here for a few years because nothing's really new to you. But it's good to get back out here, and really seeing the guys in the locker room is a lot of fun on the first couple of days.
What did it mean to you when they decided to kind of bring you back and they picked you? Obviously, there are other choices. You have some injury concerns, but they're sticking with you, and they know you can do that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that we got something worked out. I think it's kind of maybe says something great about both sides. Just that I wanted to be here, and me being back means they wanted me back here. So I think that that really speaks positive for both of us.
We talked to most of the coaches the other day, and they said, you've had injuries, but they're kind of freak injuries. They're not something that you're used to. They're trying to pinpoint it. How do you look at that moving forward, trying to stay healthy, but knowing those weren't your normal injuries?
Well, it's insanely frustrating for me because I take pride in, I'm one of those people that if you don't see me for a year, I'm going to come up and show up in shape and be ready to go. And that's why I've been so confused about it, is just, I'm doing all the right things off the field. But it's one of those things maybe the older you get, you got to work a little bit harder to, kind of make sure you stay out of the training room, things like that. And not really holding back at all. I think if you hold back, then you're really worried about getting hurt. So I think it's one of those things, just do everything I can to prepare for it.
Talking about getting older makes me feel a little older as well. I mean, it seems like are you amazed at how fast?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like, people ask me, they're like, oh, what is this, 5 or 6 for you? I'm like, no, it's 9 coming up. And they ask me, oh, did you play with this guy? Did you play with that guy? And they're like, no, I mean, we missed each other by a couple of years. So it's funny when I tell people how old I am, and I have to think about it. I say old, 31's old. It's football, older in football, but it's one of those things. You just as long as you're getting better each year, I think that's all that matters.
And with the hurdles you've had to overcome recently, there's got to be a lot of motivation to really come out and kick the ball.
Yeah, there definitely is, and I think it's one of those things. You always strive to, how can I be better? I haven't gone 100% during the season yet. Like, how can I get to that point? And I think any kicker would say, if they can have 100% a year, that's a pretty good year. And unless you're not missing a field goal and hitting touchbacks on every play every year, you can always work to get a little bit better.
I better ask the typical Buckeye question. Big expectations. They've had some issues this year, but you got to be excited about this season, right?
It's funny, the longer you get out of college, and the fact that I'm lucky enough to still be playing, I pay so much attention to the NFL now. Like, when I was in college, I loved college football. It's all I cared about. And NFL, it was fun to watch. Now it's the other way around. Watch college as much as I can, but NFL is just, it kind of, my interest in the NFL is so much higher. So I'm kind of the worst person to ask how the Buckeyes are going to be, because I'm so ingrained in how we're going to be and how we're doing. I don't get, I have a couple buddies, and one of my buddies is just a huge Ohio State fan, just loves Ohio State, and he went to OU, so it's kind of funny but it's good to get kind of the inside info from him.
How about Ron Ellery's Centerville Oaks? You know them top to bottom.
No, I'm kidding. Well, like, anytime I talk to him or my brother-in-law is actually their defensive coordinator this year, so it's fun to talk to him, see how the team's looking, and who's coming up this year from younger guys. And